Have you ever thought that the vegetables you've trusted for decades might actually be making things worse as you get older? Hi, I'm Dr. James Rowan, and welcome to Health Facts, your weekly guide to living stronger, smarter, and more independently as you age. We all grew up hearing the same advice: eat your vegetables. And yes, most of the time, that's great advice, but here's what nobody really tells you: once you're past 60, your body doesn't handle food the way it used to. Everything becomes a little more sensitive: blood sugar, digestion, joint inflammation, even how your body processes medication. And believe it or not, some of the vegetables we assume are healthy can quietly trigger discomfort, fatigue, or worse. So what should you do? In this video, I'll walk you through 5 vegetables seniors should avoid, and 5 better choices that actually support your energy, digestion, memory, and blood pressure. These aren't extreme diet changes, they're small, smart swaps anyone can make. Because the truth is, your body today isn't the same as it was at 30. It deserves a little more care, a little more strategy, and that starts with what's on your plate. So grab a cup of tea, maybe a notepad, and stick around, because one small shift in your vegetables could lead to better mornings, fewer aches, and more energy throughout your day. Let's dive in. Let's talk about one of the most common vegetables in American kitchens: canned corn. Now, it seems harmless, right? It's sweet, soft, easy to toss into soups, casseroles, or salads. You might even be thinking, hey, it's better than chips or fries, right? But here's what most people don't realize: canned corn can be a hidden troublemaker for people over 60. First off, canned corn has a high glycemic index. That means it causes your blood sugar to spike fast. And for seniors who are dealing with pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, or diabetes, those spikes can lead to fatigue, inflammation, and over time, serious damage to your blood vessels. But that's not all. Canned corn is often packed with added sodium and even sugar. Just half a cup can have over 300 milligrams of sodium. So if you're on blood pressure meds or struggling with swelling or fluid retention, that innocent-looking can in your pantry might be making things worse. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Clementine, a 72-year-old retired art teacher. She thought she was making a smart switch by replacing fast food with vegetables, including canned corn, almost daily. But her blood pressure stayed high, and her ankles were constantly swollen. Once she swapped canned corn for steamed green beans and roasted zucchini, her numbers improved. Her swelling went down, and she even lost 4 pounds without changing anything else. Right finger. So here's the takeaway: if you love corn, try fresh or frozen, and stick to small portions. Even better, rotate in lower sugar veggies like green beans, zucchini, or broccoli. Your heart and blood vessels will thank you. Let's talk about something surprising: raw superfoods that might not be so super once you hit your 60s. I know. Kale, broccoli, cauliflower, they're everywhere. In green smoothies, salad bowls, health blogs. They've got that superfood label stamped all over them. But here's what most people don't realize: when eaten raw, these cruciferous veggies can actually backfire, especially for seniors. Let's break it down. First, they contain natural compounds called goitrogens. Sounds fancy, but what they do is pretty simple: they interfere with your body's ability to absorb iodine. And iodine is critical for your thyroid, that little gland that controls your metabolism, energy levels, and even body temperature. So if you've been feeling extra tired, noticing unexplained weight gain, or always have cold hands and feet, but your diet looks healthy, it might be those raw greens. Second, these veggies are high in insoluble fiber and complex sugars like raffinose. And while fiber is generally great, these types are hard for older digestive systems to break down. That's why many seniors experience gas, bloating, or stomach discomfort after that raw broccoli salad. But here's the good news: you don't have to cut them out completely. Just cook them, lightly steam, sauté, or roast. That simple step helps break down goitrogens and softens the fiber so your body can absorb the good stuff without the downside. So next time you're craving broccoli, skip the raw veggie tray and go for a warm, gently cooked dish with olive oil and garlic. Your thyroid, your stomach, and your energy levels will all say thank you. Let me ask you something. Do your knees ache a little more the day after you've had eggplant parmesan? Or maybe your fingers feel stiffer after a hearty Mediterranean dish? You might be surprised, but eggplant could be part of the problem, especially if you're over 60. Now don't get me wrong, eggplant looks like a health hero. It's full of fiber, low in calories, and loaded with antioxidants. But here's what you might not know, eggplant belongs to the nightshade family. Along with tomatoes, bell peppers, and white potatoes, these veggies all contain a natural compound called solanine. Solanine is mostly concentrated in the skin of eggplants, and for people who are sensitive to it, especially seniors with arthritis or joint issues, it can trigger inflammation, joint pain, and stiffness. And the tricky part? You might not connect the flare-up to your food, because the effects aren't always immediate. It can sneak up gradually. If you've ever thought, I must just be getting older, my joints don't move like they used to, take a second look at your plate. Now here's what you can do. First, try peeling the skin off your eggplant. That's where the solanine is most concentrated. Second, salt and cook it thoroughly. Roasting or baking helps reduce the solanine levels even more. Third, if joint pain still lingers, try cutting eggplant out for a few weeks. See how your body responds. And if you're looking for safer, joint-friendly alternatives, go for zucchini, mushrooms, or steamed carrots. They offer a similar texture, but are much gentler on your joints. You don't have to give up eggplant forever, but paying attention to how your body reacts can make all the difference. Spinach, it's got that Popeye power, right? You toss it in your smoothie, mix it into your salad, maybe even start your day with a green drink because you want to eat clean and feel strong. But here's the twist most people don't see coming. If you're over 60 and eating spinach raw, it might be doing more harm than good. Let me explain why. First, raw spinach is loaded with oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium in your digestive tract. And guess what? That makes it harder for your body to absorb the calcium your bones actually need. So you might think you're doing something good for your health, while unknowingly missing out on the very nutrients that protect your bones. Second, spinach is very high in vitamin K1, which is great for blood clotting in general. But not so great if you're on blood thinners like warfarin. Too much K1 can throw off your INR levels and increase the risk of clotting or bleeding episodes without warning. One of my patients, Clementine, remember her? She used to start her mornings with big green smoothies packed with raw spinach. But she kept feeling bloated, and her blood thinner levels were all over the place. Once she switched to lightly steaming her spinach instead, things improved. Better calcium absorption, stable INR, and less post-meal discomfort. So here's your takeaway: don't ditch spinach, just cook it. Light steaming, sautéing, or boiling can reduce oxalates and vitamin K1, making it safer and more supportive for aging bodies. And if you want extra gentle alternatives, try romaine, arugula, or bok choy. They're easier on digestion and still pack a punch of nutrients. Are bell peppers quietly fueling your inflammation? Colorful, crunchy, packed with vitamin C, bell peppers look like the perfect vegetable, right? They brighten up your salad, bring flavor to your stir-fry, and feel totally guilt-free. But if you're over 60 and dealing with joint stiffness, arthritis, or mysterious flare-ups, bell peppers might not be as harmless as they seem. Here's why. Like eggplant, bell peppers belong to the nightshade family, which means they also contain solanine, the same natural compound that can trigger inflammation in sensitive individuals. Now, not everyone is affected, but for those with aging joints or autoimmune issues, this compound can sneak in and quietly amplify pain and swelling, especially in knees, fingers, or lower back. Ever felt achier after eating a big veggie stir-fry or salsa-packed meal? It might not be just aging, it could be the peppers. So what can you do? Pay attention to patterns. If joint pain spikes after eating peppers, try eliminating them for a few weeks and see how you feel. Cook them thoroughly. Heat may help reduce solanine levels and make them easier on the body. Choose softer swaps. Instead of raw peppers, try cooked carrots, zucchini, or even roasted sweet potatoes. They're gentler on inflammation and still bring color and flavor to your plate. I'm not saying everyone needs to quit bell peppers, but for seniors with chronic pain or sensitivity, it's worth experimenting. Sometimes, one small change can bring major relief. Now that we've gone through 5 vegetables you might want to avoid after 60, it's time for some good news. Let's flip the script and explore 5 powerful vegetables that can actually protect your joints, boost your energy, and support your brain and heart health. The first one? It's deep red, sweet, and surprisingly powerful. Let's take a look. Let's talk about a vegetable that's seriously underrated, especially for seniors. And no, it's not kale or avocado. It's one that often gets overlooked: beets. Yes, those deep red roots that stain your cutting board. But here's the thing, if you're over 60, beets might be one of the best foods you can add to your plate. And here's why. Beets are rich in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes and widens your blood vessels. The result? Better circulation and lower blood pressure, which becomes increasingly important as we age. But that's just the beginning. Beets also contain betalains, powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that support liver health and help fight oxidative stress. They're also packed with fiber to keep digestion regular, and potassium to help balance fluid levels and support a healthy heart rhythm. In short, beets are doing a lot more than just adding color to your plate. I've seen this in real life. Remember Clementine, the retired art teacher? She started steaming beets a couple of times a week. Within a month, she told me her afternoon walks felt easier, her legs felt lighter, and her blood pressure started trending in the right direction. Want to give it a try? The best way to eat beets is steamed or roasted. That keeps the nutrients intact and brings out their natural sweetness. Avoid pickled beets with added sugar. That extra sugar can cancel out the health benefits. It's not just food, it's fuel for better blood flow, clearer thinking, and stronger aging. If you're looking for a leafy green that's kind to your bones, your stomach, and your heart, but doesn't come with the baggage of raw spinach, let me introduce you to one of the most overlooked vegetables on the shelf: bok choy. Also known as Chinese cabbage, bok choy is light, crisp, and incredibly gentle on digestion. But don't let its mild appearance fool you, this green is loaded with benefits, especially for seniors. First, unlike spinach, bok choy is naturally low in oxalates. That's a big deal. Oxalates are compounds that can block calcium absorption, and when you're over 60, every bit of calcium matters. Bok choy lets your body actually absorb and use calcium to protect your bones and reduce the risk of fractures. Second, it brings the perfect trio: magnesium. Vitamin K and vitamin C. Magnesium helps regulate calcium in the body. Vitamin K directs it to your bones, not your arteries. And vitamin C supports collagen production, the stuff that keeps your bones flexible and resilient. And best of all, it's easy on your gut. Bok choy doesn't cause the bloating or gas that some other greens do. That makes it an ideal everyday vegetable for those with slower digestion or sensitive stomachs. So how should you prepare it? Light steaming, quick stir-frying, or tossing it into soups works best. Avoid overcooking to preserve the vitamin C. Just a little garlic, olive oil, or lemon is all you need to bring out its flavor. It's subtle, it's supportive, and it's exactly the kind of smart choice your body will thank you for. Let's talk about a tiny green veggie that often gets overlooked, but packs a powerful punch, especially for those of us focused on staying healthy after 60. I'm talking about green peas. Now, I know what you might be thinking: peas? Aren't those just filler on the side of the plate? But the truth is, green peas are one of the smartest, most balanced vegetables you can eat, and here's why. First, they're excellent for digestion. Thanks to their high fiber content, peas help move things along in your digestive tract, which becomes increasingly important as digestion slows with age. If you've ever dealt with bloating, irregularity, or that heavy feeling after meals, adding more fiber-rich foods like green peas can make a big difference. Second, green peas help regulate blood sugar levels. They have a low glycemic index, and the combo of fiber and plant-based protein helps slow the absorption of sugars, which means fewer spikes and crashes throughout your day. That's a huge win for anyone managing pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes. And speaking of plant-based protein, peas are a fantastic source. Unlike heavier beans or legumes that can cause bloating, peas are easier on the stomach, a gentle way to boost your protein intake without the discomfort. So how can you enjoy them? Try them steamed, tossed into soups, added to stir-fries, or even mashed into spreads. They're quick to cook, easy to digest, and surprisingly versatile. So don't let their small size fool you. Green peas are a quiet powerhouse for your gut, your energy, and your blood sugar. If you're trying to eat clean but raw spinach hasn't been working for your body, let me introduce you to one of the most vibrant and most overlooked greens in the grocery store, Swiss chard. This leafy green doesn't just look beautiful with its rainbow-colored stems, it's loaded with antioxidants that help protect two things that matter a lot as we age: your eyes and your immune system. Let's start with your vision. Swiss chard contains antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which help filter harmful blue light and support the health of your retina. If you spend time on screens or have a family history of age-related macular degeneration, adding more of these nutrients can make a real difference over time. Now let's talk immunity. Swiss chard is rich in vitamins A and C, both crucial for a strong immune response. It helps your body fight off infections, recover faster from illness, and stay resilient during seasonal changes. It's like giving your immune system an extra layer of armor, all from what's on your plate. And here's something you'll love. Swiss chard is an excellent alternative to raw spinach. It's gentler on your digestive system and doesn't come with the high oxalate load that can interfere with calcium absorption or blood thinners. So if spinach smoothies haven't been treating you kindly, it might be time to make the switch. Sauté it with olive oil and garlic. Steam it lightly, or add it to soups, however you enjoy it. Swiss chard brings both beauty and benefits to your table. Let's wrap up our list with a classic vegetable you probably already have in your kitchen: carrots. They might seem basic, even boring, but don't underestimate them. Carrots are one of the most powerful yet gentle vegetables you can add to your diet, especially as you age. And here's why. First, they're famous for being good for your eyesight, and for good reason. Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, a form of vitamin A that helps maintain healthy vision and reduces your risk of age-related macular degeneration. But the benefits go far beyond your eyes. Carrots are also packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation and oxidative stress, two things that accelerate aging from the inside out. For seniors managing arthritis, heart disease, or even just day-to-day fatigue, these compounds can be incredibly supportive. They also promote better digestion. With a healthy amount of fiber, carrots help keep your system moving without being harsh on your stomach. Unlike some leafy greens, carrots are easy to chew, easy to digest, and incredibly versatile in the kitchen. Need to control blood sugar? Carrots have a low glycemic index, meaning they won't spike your levels the way some starchy veggies do. That's a win for energy, mood, and long-term metabolic health. And the best part? They taste great both raw and cooked, but if you're aiming for maximum absorption of nutrients, lightly steaming or roasting them with a drizzle of olive oil is the way to go. Sometimes the most powerful foods are the simplest ones. Carrots might just be your most underrated health ally. Let's take a quick moment to recap everything we've learned today. We started with 4 vegetables to avoid, even though they're often seen as healthy. Canned corn, which can spike blood sugar. Raw cruciferous veggies like kale and broccoli, which may slow thyroid function. Eggplant, which can quietly trigger joint pain. And raw spinach, which interferes with calcium and common medications. Then we flipped the script and explored 4 vegetables to eat more often. Beets, for circulation and stamina. Bok choy, for bone strength and digestion. Green peas, to stabilize blood sugar and add gentle fiber. And Swiss chard, to support vision and immunity. All of this comes down to one simple truth: after 60, your body changes, and so should your plate. Your digestion slows, your sensitivity to sugar, salt, and certain compounds increases. But that doesn't mean food has to be complicated or boring. In fact, just a few smart changes in your daily meals, swapping out what works against your body with what works for it, can make a real difference. So here's my challenge to you. Try one change. Just one. Maybe it's swapping canned corn for steamed green beans. Maybe it's trading raw spinach for cooked bok choy. Then see how you feel. And if you found this video helpful, share it with someone you love, because healthy aging is a journey best taken together. Before you go, I've got a special health gift I'd love to share with you. On this channel, I share simple, effective health tips, all based on real scientific research and practical, everyday experience. And if you'd like to receive a free gift, it's super easy. Hit the subscribe button, comment below, claim my gift. I'll send it straight to you. Don't miss out, because your journey to better health starts with small choices just like this one.